What's up, guys? We're gonna build beats. Today we're gonna be making our own sample and then making a beat out of it. If you guys haven't subbed already or turned post on, just do so because it does help it a lot. Let's hop right into it. So my BPM is 170, just going for something a little faster. And I'm gonna just pull in the scale. We can go ahead and get started and I'll show you my sounds and everything. So we can run with a minor, of course, and we could just, let's do like a G minor. Okay, and these are my sounds. All right, I believe this is a custom sound, and this one I believe is stock. And then we got this piano, and then we got a custom bass sound. All right, and then we just got some drums. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our first set of chords. All right, so let's get started, and I'm gonna use the piano actually to start our chords. So we can just use the root. So we can just, skip over the note just like that. And I'm gonna pull this down an octave, and we have a minor chord now. All right, now if you're a person, you're still doing this, right? So maybe you're not sure what chords to use, so you just kind of move up until you find one you like. If you're still doing that, what you could do is use combos. Now this is what I use. I use one of minor or major and then two of minor or major. So I'm gonna show you what I mean real quick. So we have a minor here. So what I would do is I would use two majors for my next two chords. And this is just something quick you can use without really having to do the trial and error method. Or you can flip it and you can use one major and two minors. Okay. You can obviously, mix it how you want. But that's just something that I like to do just to make things easier for myself. So I'm gonna actually use the minor, major, major. Okay. And you can obviously put together different combos, different chords, types of chords, right? There's plenty of chords here that you can choose from. But I'm gonna just go ahead and do this. Now, I want this beat to be like darker, right? So I'm gonna go downward with this. So I'm gonna pull everything down until it matches. Okay. And then this one, it matches. All right, so let's hear it. Okay, it sounds pretty sad. So let's shrink this. I'm gonna copy this over. And then I want some variation. So what I could do is we can build backwards. So we can start here. We can build a chord backwards. You don't have to do it backwards. You could do it forward, but I'm gonna just do it backwards. And then we could use this note and see what that sounds like. Okay, not bad. So I'm gonna just take this real quick and I'll pull this up, see what that sounds like. I just want this to be a little bit, yeah, okay. Okay, I like that one better. So that's just a little variation. I'm not really doing anything like crazy, like, pulling these up, right? Pull them down, whatever. So I think these are good to start. And now I'm gonna just pull these over to this one. All right, so here's our original sound we were going to start with. So I'm gonna play it. All right, so I'm gonna copy this over here. And I'm gonna just take out these bass notes. And then we can just take out some notes. So let me see. Let's pull this up. And there's no like method I'm following on this. I'm just going with my ears. If anybody's wondering, I'm literally just seeing what notes sound good to me. And honestly, I think that's good. And I'm gonna shorten these up so they don't play as long. Okay, I think that's good to start. And now we can actually make a melody with the piano. All right, so finally we can start on our melody. Now let's just copy this to our piano. All right, we got our chords down. So we can kind of offset stuff as we please. But if you're someone that's struggling with a top melody, so like or stuff like that, a trick that you can use, okay, you could take your mid notes, right? You could take these mid notes and pull them up 1 octave, and these will be your guides. So you can either go up to these notes, you know, you could do a flam, something like that. You go down to the note, right? But generally you want to stay along these notes so you can stay in harmony, and this will give you a good melody every time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we can offset stuff and start messing around. So and then we could use this because this is the same. Remember, we just pull this up, and all I'm doing is just staying along this, and I'm gonna just copy this over to. And then we could add something at the end. We could probably just kind of do something with this. So I'm just revert back to these old notes we've been using. Let's use this F. If you're wondering, I'm in the 1/6 grid, by the way. I use the 1/6 because I could bounce between the thirds grid and the fourth or the 1/4 grid without switching. So that's why I use the 1/6. All right, so I like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the second part. Well, I guess I could do that real time too. So, all right, so I actually decided to show the variation part. So I just color coded it so you can kind of tell the difference. I want to keep this same melody going a little bit. So what we could do real quick is just take that same method. So I'm gonna actually pull this note back. We take our mid notes. So this is the middle note and this is the middle note. Now you see this note up here. This is not a part of this chord technically. This is the original chord. This is D sharp, G, and A sharp. So I'm gonna take this G. We'll pull that up, and now we have like our guides, pretty much the same as over here. So I'm gonna connect these notes, kind of maybe put one of these notes in between, to offset this. Pretty much just steal like this kind of pattern over here. I'm gonna see what this would sound like real quick. I kind of like the pause there, so I'm gonna leave that like that, and let's shrink this. And we just kind of keep that same thing we was doing earlier. And then I'm gonna delete this. We could flam this note. Actually, let's try this. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. Now let's just copy this over. I want to make this a little bit faster. I'm gonna copy this over, and then we could change the notes. Something like that. All right, simple as that. So that's the variation. And now we can go ahead and throw in our synth bass. Okay, so the melody is done. Now the synth bass, super easy. We can copy this. And since we took so long with this stuff, I'm gonna just kind of just copy this down. Let's hear the whole thing. All right, I like that. So now the next step would be kind of bouncing this down and turning it into a sample. All right, so I decided to add some effects before we bounce it down, just so they're kind of embedded. Just so like when you like reverse or you slow it down, you have a bunch of weird harmonics and stuff in there. So what I did is just put these in the mixer, and I put these in a bus. So I hold control, click and drag. You can right click, go to track routing, route, and you click the second one, route selected to the track only, and then it will all go here, as you can see. And I'll go through my effects. So I have RC20, okay, and this is just custom little preset. I mean, you can copy it down if you need. And this is on the first sound, and this bass is a little too loud. And then I just have these dry because I don't think they really need anything. And I'm feeding this into this. I have shaper box. It's pretty much like halftime, except it's only on the mids to the highs, and the lows is kind of just dry, right? So I'll play it, and then I have this little tape, this soft tube tape thing, and this is pretty much like the RC20, except it's really subtle. All right, so I'll play it. Right, and that should sound really good when we kind of reverse it and stuff, rather than it sounding super dry. All right, so let's go ahead and bounce this down into a sample. Okay, so now we have our sample, and I just put this on the track and I load up this VST. Now this is the preset I'm using called Pad Builder. Now it's doing a lot if we put it on the max. So I'm gonna put the mix to 100 so you can hear what it sounds like. Now, I like that sound or the effect, but it's too much. So what I did was just turn this down. I don't know, we could do about, let's do like 15 or something. All right, and it just sounds a lot better this way. All right, so what I'm gonna do is double click, and what I like to do is right click time. Now, I don't know why they won't fill this out and give us more bars, so we don't have to do this little thing every time, but I click 4 bars, and you want to make sure this stretch is clicked, and you want to stretch it back out to where it was at. You do this so that if you change the tempo, it doesn't, it doesn't stretch by itself. Okay. So that's why I'm doing that. And then we could do one more thing real quick. We could just reverse it and see what it sounds like this way. Make sure this is on. All right, sounds pretty good to me. So I think that's it for the effects. I think that's pretty spot on to what I was trying to get. So we can just go ahead and add some drums and be done with the video. All right, so now let's go ahead and add these drums, and I'm gonna try to keep everything real time. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add this snare in. Turn these up. I want to slow this down because it's going a little too fast. I want to really listen to where I want to put this stuff at. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's go ahead and pull these up, pull those down. I think that should be good. And we can kind of just mess around with the sample. Let's see. I'm gonna add a little bit of bounce. I don't know which. Yeah, I like that. You know what? I'm gonna just leave it dry. All right, I think that's good. So I'm gonna mess around and see what tempo I like. I'm gonna see if I can go slower. Let's go back up to 70. Nah, I'm just leave it here, at least for the outro. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna just play it one time through. Alright, and that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.